What's up YouTube? John, JDS Outdoors. Today, we got the garage cleaned out. It's time to pull the old redneck side-by-side build out of its hiding and get it in the garage, start working on it. Also, we got to see the old Kawasaki here will fire up. She's been sitting here for, oh gosh, 8-10 months. No fuel, no battery. Nothing. See if she'll still run. Covered in a little bit of leaves and yeah. Yep, time to pull that out, put her in the garage and start hacking and welding. But first, I do have one thing that doesn't run, and you're looking at it. So we got to get this thing fixed before we pull the redneck side-by-side in. And along with working on the redneck side-by-side and fixing stuff that breaks on the Ranger, we got several other projects we're going to be working on in the next couple months along with the side-by-side. So make sure you stay tuned to see what them projects are. We're going to have a cluster F of videos. One video side-by-side, one video maybe the Ranger, whatever it may be needing, and another video for some other fun activities. But let me show you what the old Ranger's doing here. Hop inside. Almost got 1,000 miles on this thing since I bought it. Key in, neutral, dead. So we're gonna pull her in the garage and see what's gonna take to get her fixed. All right, so start off by checking the voltage on the battery here. See what we're working with. 12.4, so the battery's at about 50%, more than enough to crank this bad boy over. So let's try turning it over one more time, see if the solenoid, you can hear that. Try tapping on the starter with a hammer, maybe hit it with our purse and see what happens with that. Well, the old lady wouldn't let me use her purse, but went ahead and grabbed the old ball peen. Crawl underneath this skinny little thing and give her a tap. Oh, that little guy? Don't worry about that little guy. We'll handle that later. So there's the starter. A little dark. I heard something loose inside there. Willing to bet that's our issue. Let's try it one more time. Yep, let's rip that bad boy out and take a look at it. Time to go to the parts store. So here's what I kind of see is that the armature's got a lot of play in it. So guaranteed that one of the brushes broke down inside of the starter. So off to O'Reilly's we go. Cold start video. built Ford tough. And here we are, O'Reilly's. I know O'Reilly's gets a bad rap sometimes because they are a little on the high price side of things, but O'Reilly's is one of the only ones that does military discounts, and being a vet, I appreciate stuff like that. So I'll support companies that support us vets. Let's go get a new starter. And we're back. Nice, shiny, brand new parts. Let's go put it in the truck. All right, now that it's in the truck, let's see if it'll start. All right, fingers crossed. Let me know down in the comments if you think this bad boy is going to start or not. We're about to find out. Place your bets. Nope. Still dead. Well, see if we can figure it out. Number 6, starter relay. Let's see if I got another one. Pretty sure I do. This says FOAB 14B192AA. And relays. FOAB 14B192AA. 14B192AA. Cool. Try this one out. See if it fits. Okay. Let's try it again. Still dead. Well, it's not the neutral safety switch because you gotta have the clutch pushed in. Well, let's do some more research. Well, here we are the next day with still the same problem. I even went as far as to go get another starter to try. They bench tested the first one and it spun up right away, but it sounded horrible. So we ordered another one, got it, installed, still does the same thing. So the other thing I went and did was grab my trusty Haynes manual, flipped all the way to the back, and checked out the old chassis starting electrical system. Here we have 1995 and later starting and charging systems. Pretty much all we got is the ignition switch. We don't have any other that stuff. We got the clutch pedal positioning switch. We don't have anti-theft. We do have the relay, which we've replaced, and that was fine. And then we have the starter relay, which we replaced that also, and that was fine. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's the ignition switch because all the systems work after that. Tested with the voltmeter. and also with the neutral safety switch. Went ahead and replaced, or not replaced, but checked that, and everything seems to be working. So that leaves me with a couple things. I was gonna just replace the neutral safety switch for kicks, and I went and ordered it, picked it up, went to go pick it up, and it was almost $90 or $80. I'm not gonna just throw that at it. So that leaves me with another thought, is that maybe we have a bad ground or broken wires with that main red wire you can see down there that goes to the starter. But I'm not sure, because I get 12 volts down to the starter, but that doesn't tell me how many amps I'm getting. So I'm going to do this test. I'm not sure if it's exactly the right way to do it, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to hook some jumper cables from the battery, ground side first, directly to the starter, and see what happens. If that starts, then we know we got a bad ground. If it doesn't start, then I'm going to do the same thing with the positive, check the positive, and see if that works. I don't know what else to check. So that's what I'm going to do. You got the negative hooked directly up to the negative on the starter, or grounding the starter, I guess. There's no negative on the starter. See if this will get it to turn over. Okay, so we know it's not the ground, because that's grounded about as good as it's going to be. Let's replace the same, repeat the same process. Positive. Got the positive hooked up directly to the positive of the battery. Let's check this again. If this doesn't work, I think a trip to the junkyard is in store for parts. There it is. Fired up. That's the issue. Sweet. So we got to replace the positive cable that goes from the battery down to the starter. So clearly the starter wire has some corrosion or some broken wires down inside, strands. Maybe we'll start first with replacing these battery cables. I got new cables, cable ends, sorry. Replace the cable ends first and see maybe some fresh wire hooked directly to the battery. That makes a difference. Check that first before we go ahead and follow this rat's nest of wires all the way down and around. But that's it. So I went ahead and pulled off the positives. I don't know which one exactly goes to the starter. I think it's the smaller one of the two. But all that was really touching was that little corner right there. So if I was a betting man, which I used to have a gambling problem, so I'm thinking cleaning this end up here and putting on a brand new end of the battery. I think that, fingers crossed, that'll fix it. But that was a good little idea that I thought of, to run jumper cables. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that's proper, but crap, it worked. So it told me the information I needed to know. Now I definitely know my ignition and neutral safety switches are good, which those are not cheap, so that's good. But we're gonna clean this corrosion up and go from there. Get this puppy out so we can get the redneck side-by-side in here finally. But being that it's dark outside again on day 2 of this project, I have to wait till tomorrow to pull those in before I can finish editing this video and post it up for you guys. So at least get to see a bunch of crap in one video. So here we go. Alright, so we stripped it back to some fresh copper. Got the lower, smaller wire, which don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure this is the starter one. Barely had any contact prior. Somebody had previously replaced these. But anyways, now it's got some good contact, stripped it back. I saw a little bit of rust corrosion on it, so my fingers are really crossed, hoping that this starts right now, because if it doesn't, then we got to replace this whole wire, and that's not going to be fun. But you're about to see it live, unedited, raw. Will the Ranger be fixed? 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Woo! Oh, now you can hear the knocking. That lifter tick. It's all right. It's all right. I'm still going to send it. She's going to get sent all the way till winter or until she blows up. One of the two. But sweet. Now she's ready to rock. I'm excited. Now tomorrow, pull the side-by-side in, and I can get this out to you guys. That's all for tonight. See you later. Well, here we are yet again, another 24 hours later after a 12.5-hour work day. I drove the Ranger today, flawless, just like it was before. So, now, way longer into the video than it should have been, it's time to get the four-wheeler started here, hopefully. I'm going to put a little bit of fresh gas in it. And I don't need a battery in it. I'm just going to turn the key and pull, start it, see if we can pop it off and get it in the garage so we can get started on the long-awaited redneck side-by-side build. It's going to happen. And keep in mind, we got some other videos that are going to be intermingled with that. One of which is something to do with this trailer. Initially, I bought this trailer to be a flatbed on the Ranger, but I don't think I'm going to go that route anymore. So this is just a little aluminum 5x8 with a bad axle. I have a few ideas on what I might do with that, so this could potentially be another quick video series build, but we'll see. I got some other ideas too to intermingle with the side-by-side build. But without further ado, look at that, first pull. It's like it hasn't even been sitting, which it has. Let's go put it in the garage. Well, there we have it. Started. Ran great. Got a flat tire. That's alright, we got to replace those. So the next step is to get a friend in the next couple days here to help me get the golf cart in. And until that point, as always, thanks for watching JDS Outdoors. If you're excited to see the next couple video updates, especially on the side-by-side, feel free to like and subscribe the video. Thanks, guys.